NATO is deploying hundreds of additional forces to Kosovo following Monday's clashes with Serbian protesters in the northern part of the country. A NATO commander called the deployment of forces to Kosovo a prudent measure that would ensure NATO's Kosovo force, known as KFOR, would have the capabilities to maintain security. 30 NATO peacekeepers in the Kosovo force were injured during Monday's clashes. Kosovo's Prime Minister condemned the protesters, telling CNN he would not surrender his country to what he called a fascist militia.
We are facing not peaceful protesters, we are facing a mob of extremists. We are facing ultra-nationalist right-wingers who are being paid and ordered from Belgrade and who admire despotic President Putin.
Meantime, Serbia's president is expressing concern for the survival and security of Serbs in Kosovo. Monday's clashes took place in the northern part of Kosovo, which is a majority Kosovo Serb area. Officials from the US, NATO and the European Union condemned the violence against NATO peacekeepers and called on both sides to de-escalate tensions.
It has been too much violence. We have too much violence in Europe already today. We cannot afford another conflict.
For more on this story, here's Barbie Nadeau.
A flare-up in a tinderbox. More than 30 NATO peacekeepers injured in clashes with Serb protesters in northern Kosovo Monday. Among them, several Italians and Hungarians. NATO has condemned the attacks, saying they were, quote, totally unacceptable. The peacekeepers, known as KFOR, have been present in this volatile region since 1999 in response to brutal ethnic cleansing of Albanians.
The UN Security Council passed a resolution
A United Nations Security Council resolution paved the way for Kosovo's independence from Serbia, with NATO protecting the uneasy transition. Kosovo declared its independence from Serbia in 2008, when the ethnic Albanian majority took over the country. But Serbia did not recognize Kosovo as a sovereign nation, nor do ethnic Serbs who live in the north of the country where Monday's violence sparked. Nor does Russia, which has strongly backed Serbia over Kosovo. The latest tension comes after ethnic Serbs boycotted an election in the northern part of Kosovo in April, leading to ethnic Albanians governing the region. Serbia claims the Kosovo government is goading Serbs to clash with NATO.
I am urging the Serbs in Kosovo not to get into a conflict with NATO. Not because I'm afraid, or because any of us are afraid. None of us personally have anything to lose, but because that's what Kosovo's Prime Minister wants most.
As peacekeepers stand guard in Zvečan today, whether the protesters here listen could determine whether relative peace returns to the region or if Europe has another conflict on the horizon. Barbie Latzanedo, CNN, Rome.
To delve more into this story, I'm joined by Matthew Kanishnig via Skype from Bratislava, Slovakia. He is the Chief Europe Correspondent for Politico. Matthew, great to have you with us. Tell us, have these tensions been brewing for a while?
Well, thanks for having me. And you're absolutely right. These tensions really have been brewing for months and actually years. And what we've seen over the past couple of days, I think, is a reminder for both the United States and the Europeans that the tensions in the region remain unresolved and they cannot just continue to paper over them, that Kosovo remains unfortunately. And positions on both sides have been really hardening recently and has led to this violence, unfortunately.
Matthew, we know that hundreds more peacekeepers are going to be sent in. Do you expect things to die down, or will more clashes erupt?
I think things probably will die down in the short term. There's a lot of pressure on Kosovo from the United States. Kosovo considers the United States to be its closest ally. It sells itself as the greatest ally of the United States in the world. There are statues of Bill Clinton and Madeleine Albright in Kosovo. So I think the pressure from the Biden administration will definitely be felt there, and hopefully they will begin. I've been meeting with Balkan leaders in Bratislava over the last couple of days, and they are very skeptical about the prospects for lasting peace in Kosovo if the Western community doesn't really start to do more here and take these issues more seriously. Because the Serbian president, as you mentioned earlier, is also a major player in this, Aleksandar Vučić, and there's a sense in the Western Balkans that he is also fomenting this discontent in Kosovo, and that he is in fact trying to create a kind of greater Serbia again. And Kosovo is a very emotional topic for Serbs, both in Serbia itself and beyond, in places like Bosnia-Herzegovina as well.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that, because Kosovo Serbs make up less than 1/10 of the population. They obviously live in the north. They have demanded greater autonomy from the ethnic Albanian majority. Is that likely to ever happen?
Well, I think, this is a solution that most outside observers say would make sense to pursue that kind of path. And so far, there just has not been any real momentum in the negotiations to achieve that. And there's also the larger question, though, if Serbia will ever recognize the sovereignty of Kosovo, given what an emotional topic it is in the country. And just yesterday, I believe you had soccer star Djokovic at the French Open, who is Serb, kind of making a pretty controversial sort of step by signing by signing a television camera. It's to an integral part of Serbia. So you can see that this issue really resonates well beyond the world of politics.
Well, Matthew Karnišik, we certainly appreciate your insight. Thank you for persevering through that Skype connection, but great to get your analysis.